Welcome to the Rad Dad Redemption Podcast. Here's your hosts, Drew and Dex.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, take two. Let's record some bullshit.
My actual quote as I press the record button. Really just high confidence for the quality of this episode.
Yeah, we got our pre-show banter out.
Yeah.
And now we're fully prepared. And we're going to spoon feed you some bullshit.
Oh yeah, open wide. Bullshit, it's what's for dinner.
Coming down the gullet. Oh man. Sorry I'm so late.
Apology accepted.
Yeah.
Would you like to share?
Well, I did make it. I was building it up. Like I had this really cool story. Like, I came out and there was raccoons in my garbage and I had to fight them off or some shit. I just couldn't find my phone.
Oh.
That's the whole story, is that like I couldn't find where I'd put my phone. But it was one of those things where you texted me and you're like, I'm ready to go. And I was like, whoa, put some pants on. Like, here we go, going to Dex's. And in that moment, I set it somewhere and then enter the next 30 minutes of my life.
You're right. That is very anticlimactic, and really, it is some bullshit. Like,
it was total shit. But I wrote, because we have some bits, and we have an email to read, and everything is on my phone. And I'm such an unoriginal piece of shit. I'm such a piece of garbage that like the thought of trying to do this without being able to look at my notes, which is actually funny because we do that all the time.
Yeah, but we did prepare for this one.
Yeah, we did have notes, and so I was sketched out. Megan is like super sick. I had her like out of bed looking underneath the couch. I'm not kidding. She was like undoing the Velcro, like trying to find like the trap for when like you lose really important shit. Yeah, we tore it apart. And I had just like, oh, Dex texted. And I just put it like on Lindy's shelf. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we found it.
But I was so anxious and so distraught over this whole episode, I almost canceled.
Oh, that wouldn't have been...
That would have sucked. I know. This is the second day. I pushed it back last night. So it is anticlimactic, and it is a total bullshit nothing story, but it's the reason I was late, and I am sorry.
Well, thank you for sharing with the group.
Yeah, has that ever happened to you? Write us at Rad Dads. You guys ever lose your stuff?
You ever been late for anything?
I'm late all the fucking time.
My wife is late all the fucking time. It drives me insane. So I'm like an eternally like early for everything kind of person.
You should have married Megan, and I should have married Alicia.
No, because then our families would not have functioned.
Oh,
I think we've had this discussion before, because like I think we've had it from the context of like disciplining kids, where like I will not discipline my child, and like Megan is not really the disciplinarian in your family.
Yeah.
So like Megan and I would be early for everything, with like the most unhinged fucking just disastrous children that like don't listen and like have never been like ever experienced adversity or like consequences.
You need balance in the Force. It's true. I am a total Luke Skywalker and Megan is Darth Vader. We're a team.
Yeah, that's what's beautiful about marriage, right?
But I had this super sick Darth Vader finding my phone. So I do love you, Megan. Thank you very much. Yeah, opposites attract.
Yeah.
So hey, we got some mail. Not the email in about losing stuff, but some real, genuine feedback.
Some actual mail? Okay. Mailbag intro 3, 2, 1.
Mailbag time, motherfucker.
All right, this one comes from a... Joe, I'm a big doo-doo head, Hoover. Okay, coming at you live. I can't do him like that. He sent a text and I asked him to like, hey, make this an email. So you know what, Joe, you're not a doo-doo head. You're a cool guy. And I appreciate that you do actually listen, because that was a surprise to me to get feedback on one of our episodes.
We got listeners?
I had an actual moment where he messaged me and I was like, is this, did you listen? What are you talking about? I thought maybe it was just like serendipitous. He'd made a mistake.
Read the Coles notes.
Yeah, so this is from Joe. Hey, Pee Pants and Dookie Daddy. Sometime, first time. I've been to a couple of college football games. 1, rushed the field after win at Baylor. 2, Texas A&M Stadium is wild, and I think I was there before the renovation. 3, still sus about dry games, because you'll see one vendor selling pop and another just selling cups of ice.
Oh yeah, so they're like, oh yeah, like we don't sell alcohol, but you're gonna like bring in your Mickey of whatever, and
They know.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah.
Yeah, they know what's going on. And then he jumps straight to number 5, as all epic lists do. Number 5, no booze at the game means no lines at the bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's.
You
Can I
got
tell you-
100,000 people in the stadium.
Everybody got pee-pee, and everybody's going to halftime. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with the one in Edmonton, Rogers, man. Like, if you sit in the second level, like, you better be wearing a full-on diaper.
You know, and one of the reasons why I'm glad that they're getting rid of the Saddle Dome, even though it's at like massive cost to all Albertan taxpayers, is the bathrooms at the Saddle Dome are the worst. They were prepared for like 40 people to have to go to the bathroom in one game. There's just not enough. Have you ever stood in line at the Saddle Dome? If you have to go at the beginning of like the first intermission, you will miss like half the second period.
It's a huge lineup.
Yeah.
It's better for dudes. I've seen like the women's bathroom is like lined up around the fucking block. You're missing a period of hockey.
Oh yeah. You know what one of my favorite bathrooms is at all stadiums, because it's like just such a trash hole, is Commonwealth in Edmonton. And
You love it because it's so bad.
it's so bad. And so when I've only been there a handful of times, but the last time I was there, it was for the Canadian soccer team when they were qualifying for the World Cup. And I was very drunk, and I walk into the men's washroom, and I couldn't tell you the last time I've been at Commonwealth before that, like probably not even in the last 15 years. And I just see, you know, the sinks there. If you aren't sure, just Google it, Commonwealth bathroom, and people have taken pictures, because other people
Make sure you got safe search on.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some results.
Other
it
people
is Edmonton.
have had the same experience that I have, where you walk in and you're like, obviously been having some drinky poos, and the sinks are like these like octagonal troughs. And I walked up just drunk as shit, and then the urinals are kind of like set back along the walls. And I walked up and I just thought it was a trough for pissing.
The old piss trough. The old piss.
Yeah. And I was like, this
The
is,
old piss octagon.
but I was like, this is wild. You're just going to be like standing across from a dude, both like pissing into the same center space. And so I'm like getting up there and I'm like,
just peepers on a 45
Oh, I'm
straight
just-
staring at each other.
and I'm just like unzipping, and I'm like, this is a weird, but I was like, I guess here we go. Like, this is normal. And then a dude walked up and started washing his hands as I'm like getting my dick out. And I was like, oh, like, we don't pee. This is a sink. And then if that dude hadn't walked up in that moment, I was half a second away from pissing in the sink at Commonwealth.
Oh, I would have just kept going.
Just start pissing on his hands.
What are you gonna do? You're in a bathroom and someone's just fully like in a huge public place like that, the stadium. They're pissing in the sink. I'm not getting involved. If I go to the Saddle Dome and Trash Can Billy's just fucking pissing in the sink, I'm like,
You know that's like the drunkest guy in the building. You're like,
yeah.
I'm not going to fuck with that.
I'm like, hell yeah. One last note here on Joe's email, which is a great email, and I appreciate it. You know what? You're not a dude who had it. Take it back. I take back that sick fucking burn, and I know you listen to the show. Secrets out. He also said, please remove me from the bathwater mailing list. So
Oh yeah. We said we're gonna start just anthrax shipping out bathwater to people who don't write in. Yeah, you're off the mailing list for the bathwater.
So since I held him accountable there, and you know he messaged in unsolicited, and then I said send us a fucking email. So thank you, and yeah, I appreciate that, because I'm still learning so much about football. The whole college thing is nuts, and I imagine being at a stadium and actually rushing the fucking field.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
That would be wild.
And Baylor, that's like a good school.
Yeah, big college school. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're more basketball oriented for sure. Like if you're going to Baylor, I think you want to catch a basketball game, but they got a good football program too.
So shed some light on maybe the real reason, / they are drinking in stadiums. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got to expect that. You're like letting in a bunch of college kids who want to party. Like they're going to smuggle some shit in. So might as well cater that. Sell a $10 can of Coke. You know what they're doing with it.
Yeah. Keeping the cost down.
Speaking of cans of delicious beverage.
Yeah, I did notice. I'm not sure if you've watched the docu-series yet.
I still haven't, no.
But you are like a huge Logan Paul slut.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping his entire empire alive. I got the energy drinks are in Canada now, so I got the energy drink.
So I had heard tell that there's Prime Energy and then Prime Hydration.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen the energies. What do we got here?
This is the Ice Pop energy.
Does it have coconut water? Is it like the...
I don't know. And so, you know what's funny is like I haven't actually read the label. I'm just putting this shit in my body, but that's why I wanted to bring this
That's
up.
how I
operate.
ingest everything.
When I was buying these, and so like I didn't have a great week. I was at Costco on Saturday, and like it's been a stressful week. I won't get into the details. Wasn't a
But
great.
I was getting a hot dog. I know.
I was getting 45 hot dogs, and I saw these, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab a case of these. So I grab a case, I throw it in my cart, and this dude comes up, and he grabs like a case off the pile, and he's like, just so you know, and he like turns it over and points at the nutrition label. He's like, this isn't very good for you. And I was like,
Just some random dude?
Yeah, just some random dude.
Let me piss in the sink, asshole.
Yeah,
the fuck
like,
out of here.
And also, like, I'm not in the greatest shape. Like, obviously, you're going to look at me and be like, that's not good for you. And I'm going to be like, oh, what?
Hey, bud, this is going to ruin everything you got going on right now.
And so, and normally, if this was a normal week for me, and I was just like, whatever, not giving a fuck, I would have been like, cool, and walked away. But I looked at him, and I was like, I honestly don't give a fuck. And I said that to like a full-grown stranger in the middle of Costco on a Saturday, and he was like, you could see on his face, he was like incredulous and like taken aback that I would be like, I honestly don't give a fuck. That like, and then he Kennedy was with me, and he was like, well, you know, like it's not good for kids, and kids shouldn't have it.
This is real exchange.
Yeah. And I was like, well, good thing it's not for her. It's for me, a 33-year-old grown fucking man. And the guy was just like, oh, and like walked away. Like I was like I was doing wrong to him. And I was like, mind your own fucking business. But then like, yeah, I looked at it and I was like, what was he talking about?
He walks away. He first, as soon as he's gone, you turn to Kennedy. You're like, "What a punk ass bitch, eh, Kennedy?" Anyway,
yeah.
What was he talking
and
about?
And she was like halfway up the aisle. Like she started walking, and this guy started talking to me, and she like didn't notice that I was like cussing out a stranger in Costco. But yeah, it's like all it is like it's 10 calories, and it's like no different than any energy drink out on the market. Like I don't know, nothing. A lot of people are hyped up about the caffeine content. Because have you seen in Canada now that
like Red Bull's an 80? You got an 80. So what's it compared to that?
This one is
80 millis.
This one is 140. So I mean, it's definitely on the higher end for sure. But have you seen this label here? It says Supplemented Health Canada. You got to put that on all energy drinks now. Anything that's like over 100 milligrams or something.
Huh.
But like you don't have to put it on like a XL Tim Hortons coffee with 2 extra shots of espresso.
Yeah, what
anyway,
are they doing? Like that's
Health Canada's a bunch of bitches.
Helping? If I'm going to the fucking store and I'm buying any type of drink that is flavored after already what is like a bad snack, like I'm buying a popsicle flavored drink. Exactly. Like I don't need a fucking health warning.
And it's only 10 calories. I'm like, really? This is like the best thing I've done to my body today. You know, like
oh my god, this gummy worm sour soother juice is not fucking healthy for me. Like thanks buddy, thanks government and person in Costco.
Yeah, I was honestly so taken aback that somebody would just like call me out on like grabbing a case of energy drink and of like all the things you can buy in Costco.
Man,
go stand at the fucking liquor store if you want to like tell people about their decisions being unhealthy.
On a scale of 1 to pissing in the sink, that's a 4. Like, or not even like someone purchasing something at a store. That's so weird.
I know. I wasn't having it, and yeah, he caught me at a bad. Because normally I would have been like, cool, end of conversation. But I was like, you know what? How about you go?
Oh,
fuck yourself.
That's a shower argument. Like what you should have done. You know, like
I felt pretty good walking away. I was like, I do feel good.
That's cool. You did what you needed to, but like, what if you grabbed 2 Prime Energies from the case and Stone Cold Steve Austin them? Like,
what if I grabbed 2 cases and I slammed his head between them and murdered a man?
You killed him.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't kill this lady. I had an exchange one time at a Canadian Tire. I had like misplaced my father-in-law's key to his like Ford Ranger. And I was like, oh, I'll go get one cut. Because it was like that special kind of vintage when you can do that. No chip car. And I think I was having like a lazy Sunday. Like I wasn't dressed to impress. As like I never am. And so I get up. My like one goal in life is like I got to replace this key. So I'm going to take it to Canadian Tire. And they don't have like a key person anymore. This is how long it's been since I've got a key. I remember when you had to go and they actually fucking like they had a troll and the guy would just like grind out your new key. But they have a machine, so you go and you like scan the key. And I'm trying to work the machine, and I can't figure out the right one. And you're like trying to scan it, and it's like, this is not a key. I'm like, it is a fucking key. This is insanity. So after trying the automated system, I look at the service counter, and of course it's Canadian Tire, so no one's there. There's like cobwebs. And so I'm like, I guess I'll go to the front. I guess I'll just go to like service and be like, hey, I'm an idiot. I need help with the key. Bring back the troll. And so I go, and Canadian Tire has this like, they like pen you in like your cattle. Have you seen that at stores? At like Winners and Canadian Tire, you have to go like a certain way. The store is dead on the Sunday, so I just kind of like cut through like in between two shelves because I'm going right to the service counter. And as I'm going there, this lady intercepts me, like gets in front of me. And
is she an employee or like
no, another patron.
Oh, I hate that shit. Like when people are like, I'm taking ownership over this fucking corporate store that doesn't know I exist. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, continue.
I'm like, what's happening? Like, here I am trying to get like service. And she steps in front of me, and she's like almost quietly, like kind of looks at me, whispers, not quite whispers, but like, I just saw you. And I was like, oh, and I see you. Like, what's going on? It's like, I just saw you put that key in your pocket just now. And I was like, what is this? What is she talking about? And I reach my pocket and I pull out like this old crusty key. And I was like, this key? This key. And she's like looking at me, and I'm like, my key that I came to like replicate here? Are you insinuating I stole this key? And she's like, well, now. And I'm like, what are you even saying? Why would I steal a blank key? Do you think I have a key cutting fucking system back in my house? Like I just came here for the material? This is the most insane thing. How much do you think a like uncut fucking key is worth? Why would I come steal one? I have so many questions, least of which, why are you accusing me? You don't even work for Canadian Tire. And so we had like this, it was an awkward exchange. And I was like, this is my key. You need to get out of my fucking face. And you know what? I think I won't be revisionist. I think I was like polite at this point. I was like, this is my key. You're out of line. And she's like, I'm not out of line. I'm doing my due diligence. And I was like, I think you're profiling me, lady. You know, like I think you just saw like some bum in American flag pants and long hair. And you're like, he's stealing uncut keys. He's going to go hot knife, or he's going to go hot key or some shit. He's using them for drugs. I was like, this is so insane. And it took me a minute to like kind of process. And I was at the service counter, lady's talking to me. This is like 5 minutes later. And she's like, asking me, you know, how can I help you? And then I'm like, as I'm explaining, I need help with the key. And I was like, and by the way, you got some like lady running around here accusing people of stealing. And like, she does not work here. And I like pointed her out. She's at the service desk and she saw me do this. And that's when she like yelled back. So now we're like in a cross store exchange in front of the like 17-year-old Canadian Tire employee. And she's like, check his pockets. She doubles down. She's like, I fake busted this guy. He proved to me that he was not in fact a thief. And now he's complaining about me. I'm going to be like, he is a thief. So she's like fucking yelling, like, check his pockets. And I yelled, like, you're a sociopath. It was crazy. And then I bought 9 Prime Energies and got the fuck out of there. Man, but it is such a wild experience. Like,
I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
I can say that I'm going to go with 80% accuracy. If I made myself sound cooler in that story, I probably wasn't, because it blew my fucking mind. I was actually in that moment like, what is happening? Would you ever do that?
No, honestly, I could see somebody actually stealing and I'm probably not saying fucking shit.
Like
unless it's
actual stealing.
Yeah, unless it's like a local business where I'm like, wow, this could like really harm them. But if I'm at like, you know, Walmart and somebody's like scanning like a giant pack of steaks as like potatoes on the self-checkout.
You're not
I'm not saying
office linebacker.
No, I'm not saying a fucking word. I'm being like, yeah, go for it. And like, they probably have you on cat. Like, this isn't my job.
Oh, dude, someone walks out of Canadian Tire with a full croquet set. I'm like, cool.
When are we playing?
Yeah. That's a 6 set, bro. Now I'm looking around like, are they that easy? Like, can I get one too? Like,
yeah, it's like, I'm not going to bat for, like I said, a giant corporation that does not know you exist. And like, and what if they were stealing and then you tried to confront them and they fucking just knife you in the neck and go, yeah, is that worth it? Was
it's
that
objectively
worth it?
A bad call.
Yeah.
What if that guy that's like, you shouldn't drink Prime Energy drink, and you're like, how would you like to die today? You did threaten to kill him. Yeah. I
threatened after the fact.
After the fact, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah. I just told him to go fuck himself, basically.
Incredulous. Yeah. I can't believe
he was like so shocked that I would even be like, don't fucking talk to me.
What would someone have to do for you to be like, okay? Like, it would have to be like, it would be a thing. It would like get there.
I think if I was like at a local business, right, where I'm like, oh, you pilfering some shit off their shelf.
Some guy walks into the washroom, starts pissing in the sink.
Hey, that's not for
I'm gonna throw
pissing
it
in.
back to that 100 times. It's already done. Bit's done. Sorry.
No, yeah. If I was at a local business and I feel like, you know, they're going to be seriously harmed by like somebody stealing from them, I don't know if I'm going to try and like I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. I might bring something like, hey, that guy's fucking filling his pockets back there.
Once he's far enough away for him to like
exactly.
not, like,
yeah,
enact
I don't want to
violence
be
on you.
involved at all.
Yeah,
right. That's not my.
I might
don't know.
phone the store like
phone them like 3 days later.
shortly
Hey,
after.
pull up the cameras this day, this time. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. This is like, and maybe that's because like I obviously work at a bank, and like one of the big things that they tell you is like, hey, if you walk out of your office and you see somebody robbing the bank, you don't go fucking hero mode. Like, we don't even carry that much cash on hand. Like, let them get away with the fucking $100.
You want to like hit him with some reason, be like, it's not worth it. It's not.
like, hey, like, just saying, but like, no, it's like, yeah, why? I'm not gonna dump tackle you in the middle of a robbery. I'm not gonna like get involved, and so maybe that's just my mindset for my job, being like, hey, don't get involved. I'm not gonna do it for somebody else that I don't work for or like own that business. I do have a story, and I think like the statute of limitations is passed on this, so I feel free sharing. But I was a thief once.
Really?
Yeah. So this was back when I was just graduated university, and I was living.
Sorry, Anne. There's more Swiss chalet coming down the pipeline.
This is. I feel like. Well, I'll let you be the judge of it, but I feel like I was justified. So I was living in Fort McMurray, and I went to this gas station right beside our office. And I bought, I don't know, like a little bit of gas, and I didn't have very much money at the time, so I was like, I'm gonna put $10 of gas in and get $10 of snacks. And so ran my card, and like I wasn't really fully paying attention, but I was like pretty sure that it was approved. And the lady was like, oh no, it didn't go through. And I was like, oh, crazy. So then like I did it again, and it went through, and so I left. And I'm like checking my bank statement, and there's 2 charges for $20. And so then I was like, oh my God. And so
paid for these snacks.
I go back, like I literally work next door to this gas station. So I go back the next day. I'm like, hey, you double charged me yesterday. I have like, here's my banking app. Like, here's the receipt. And she was like, oh, you'll have to call your bank. And I was like, okay, like that doesn't seem right, but okay. So I called my bank, and they're like, yeah, no, that's wild. Like they double charged you. You're going to have to like get it back from them. And I was like, And so then like I go back, and I'm like, hey, remember like we were talking like 45 minutes ago? I just got off the horn with my bank. They said you have to refund me the extra $20. And like this lady was not saying we absolutely did not do that. She was like, oh, crazy. Yeah. Like, and so she was like, oh, okay, well, you're going to have to call gas station name headquarters and get them to like refund you. And I was like, I've already spent like way more time than this is worth for $20. And I was like, that's how it's going to be. Word. And so I like walked away. And then the next day I came back, and I just filled my pockets with like whatever I want. I was like, Mars bar? Yep. And I just walked out the door, and I was like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And the problem was, then I was like, I don't know, was that $20? So I went back and did it a few more times.
I thought you were going to say you like went home, you're like, I don't feel good about this.
No, I was like, I don't think I got
I
enough.
need to make sure I get my money's worth.
Yeah, so
no.
I did it a handful of times, and I if we're being honest, I definitely took more than $20 worth of stuff, but
Yeah, but it was about the point.
I was basically Batman,
Yeah,
honestly,
good for you.
Yeah.
No, that's not even stealing. It's totally justified.
and nobody dump tackled me on the way out or accused me of stealing uncut
I was just
keys.
working that bit out in my head. I was like, someone saw you and was like, it's not worth it. This guy just wants these chocolates. Bar is so bad.
And like
this guy's just snacking.
didn't even take
He's
anything
low
cool.
on
I was like, yeah, Mars bars, Skittles,
Oh.
and like, what do you? Yeah, I took way too much. I would like, and I didn't even need it. I remember going back to the office one time and just like giving somebody like a chocolate bar, and they're like, thanks, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
like it wasn't even for me.
I remember working at a gas station, and like it was theft, I suppose, but there'd be particular magazines for sale at said gas station that came with like bonus DVDs.
Yes, the gentleman's mags.
The gentleman's DVDs, as it were. And so like a few people would have got issues and be like, where's my DVD? I had stacks of them. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, my mom, when I said and, it's got me thinking. You know, like the red barn where you go buy fucking veggies and shit.
Oh yeah, like the one that's parked out by like Home Depot or whatever.
Yeah. So apparently they've had like a big problem with theft.
Oh yeah, food price costs. Yeah.
Food price, and then like, you know, like you're gonna go steal something. You may as well get like farm to table fresh fucking veg. It makes sense. No shame in that game. But like, I guess people have just been going and saying they're paying cash and then just not. So you have to like, now if you go there and you pay cash, you have to like look into the camera, like with your, like, look at me, I'm paying, you know, this enhanced security measure. And my mom was in there, and it was like close to when it was going to close. And I can't remember, I don't want to insert facts into the story. I can't remember if she was like, oh, I don't have cash, or like whatever the holdup was. But she was basically in the store when the timer of like, hey, we're now closed, went off. And like, I don't know if you know this about this store. I learned this from the story she's telling me. It just immediately locks like then.
So there was like no like, hey, you've got 30 seconds to get out. It was just like, we're closed. Shakung.
And then, you know what? I want to give my mom credit. I almost don't, like, I'm not going to say I don't believe. I feel like there would have been like, just so you know, like there like is a noise or like at least some signage. But yeah, so she's in there when this place closes. And I don't know if it's because they got beefed up security with this whole cash deal, but it's like a bank job, like shutters like locked. And then she's in there. So the siren goes and like the alarm is blaring because she's like in the fucking barn after hours. And there's like no one to come. Like they're unmanned units.
Yeah.
So it's like my dad in the car outside waiting for my mom in the vegetable barn that she's like completely locked into with like the alarms going. My mom said she just blew it. Like she was like calm for a second and then was like, this is fucking ridiculous. It was like there's probably video footage out there of her like on the camera just losing her mind, like, let me out of here. I'm surprised she didn't like trash it, just start throwing cukes and stuff. She had to phone a number, and there was security, and she's like, I'm locked in your barn. I'm locked in your veggie barn. And the dude's like laughing at her. Oh, not very sympathetic.
At least you won't starve to death.
Yeah, you'll be okay. You know, you won't be able to hear anything for a while, but you're going to be all caught up on your vitamins. Fresh veg.
I feel like we've had some really good banter, but we should get into the meat and potatoes of this episode.
Let's get into the fresh veg of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
You know, we go back and we look at the, you know, the listenership and stuff like that, and obviously full disclosure, like we want to become the next Joe Rogans, but we need to grow our listenership, obviously, and so we thought we'd pitch some ideas and maybe talk them out live, because I feel like sometimes we come up with great ideas while we're chatting here to our non-visible audience, and so we both came with some ideas to grow the podcast, grow our listenership.
That was a hard left. Yeah, we got going there.
We did get going.
Well, the theme of the episode. So basically, and it has nothing to do with the way we structure these things.
No,
it's obviously a problem with the clientele. You know, we want to get some more. So yeah, we wrote this shit down. I think we each came prepared, which is why it was so important I found my phone to go through this list. And these are just some ideas for Dexy and I to kind of grow our audience. There you go. I said the exact fucking thing you did, but
there we go. Yeah.
I wanted you kind of like splooged quickly. That was a little foreplay. Get ready. Here we go.
I tend to do that.
We got some cool ideas coming your way. Here's the idea episode. All right. What do you got for me?
All right. So a lot of famous people have used this strategy, and I feel like it's tried, tested, and true. But the old sex tape worked for Kim K, worked for Paris Hilton, right?
Dex, who's going to watch a sex tape of you and I?
Oh, of us together? Yeah. That's not really where I was going with that, but yeah, nobody's watching that shit. No, I was thinking like, let's find some like C-list celebrity.
Okay.
Yeah, and like one of us. Both of us.
One of us married men. Yeah, we'd have to take the plunge together.
Okay. Yeah.
So you think if we produce a sex tape, that's gonna get more people to listen?
Yeah, I think podcast? we got to try and get somebody with.
What are we gonna score the fucking video with our podcast?
There's no audio. There's no like, you can't hear anything that's being said, any of the noises. It's just episode 21. Like, you know.
Oh man, it's like Mystery Theater 3000. Like, it's us watching our own sex video with this, like, and you said C-list, like it's like E-list. We don't know. Oh, it's gonna be the dude from fucking Costco. We're gonna track him down and make him pay for.
Hi, everybody. Dex here from the Rad Dad Redemption podcast. In this next bit, we were going to be pitching a potential E-list celebrity that could appear in a sex tape with us. And the joke was quite funny. But afterwards, we thought, you know, it's not fair to an E-list Canadian celebrity to be, kind of put on the spot like that. It didn't feel very gentlemanly of us. And we kind of thought about it. We thought, you know what, we're going to keep the bit, but we're going to bleep any mention of their name, any mention of, identifying features, so that, we can kind of keep some mystery about it, and also not just like immediately put out into the world that we are going to film a sex tape with this person who has not agreed to do so with us. So problem with that is we do mention their name a lot in the episode, so there's gonna be a lot of bleeping from here on to the end, and you can just fill in that blank with whatever you want, and maybe that's the beauty of it. There's some mystery, and whatever name you have in mind, that's the name. You can use it. So just wanted to put that out there. We want to be honest. We like to have fun, but we want to make it fun for everybody. So enjoy the rest of the episode, and when you hear the bleeps, just know that we are hiding the identity of this Canadian celebrity that we were pitching a sex tape with.
Yeah.
We'll get. I'm trying to think of like a Canadian personality, like
Who's
the guy.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, the sex tape. There's no way that doesn't boost. It's huge. Oh man, why do we need a list? That's it.
Reach out to our people.
Send us an email, raddadredemptionpodcast@gmail.com. You could be in our sex tape video of us reviewing us having sex with you. And putting that on the internet and keeping our jobs and getting fucking listeners like crazy. Oh my god.
Okay.
There was more? That's one. That's the first thing on the list.
Okay. Proceed with your idea.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. Well, mine's a little more grassroots than that. Yeah, we thought that should have been number one. I don't know if this list has an order. There's just 10.
It's not ordered. It's not ordered.
10 regular ideas.
Yeah. All good.
Okay, one of my ideas was carry a Sharpie everywhere.
Expand.
Well, okay. Just crunch the numbers on how many public shits you take in a year.
Not many. I'm not a public bathroom guy. And I know I just told the story earlier about almost pissing in a sink.
Yeah.
I was drunk though. Mostly I'm sober.
I always, like, if I'm out and I'm using a stall, not to give too much information, but I enjoy the artwork. I read a lot. I want to know whose number to call for a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, I like crossing over other people's stuff, contributing. So I just figured one way maybe we get more listeners is we just always have Sharpies on us.
Just writing our...
just getting out there, just tagging shit.
I like it. You know what? I'm going to start... actually, I'm not going to use my bathrooms at home anymore. I'm going to start exclusively going to the bathroom in public. If I gotta go right now, I'm going to like, Leisha, see you later. I'm going down the street to McDonald's.
Yeah. It's a two-pronged approach. So that's what I mean. Like, crunch the numbers. Okay, if we're doing one a day and we make the commitment and it's free, like we're talking
free marketing,
grassroots, zero cost marketing. We each take 365 Dukes a year. Okay. We're clocking in just over 700 free advertisements in like Calgary, Okotoks, Black Diamond, rural. Like we can hit some like parks.
Yeah. National parks.
Yeah. Yeah, carry a Sharpie around. Not quite as electric. I think maybe we should have read each other our lists. All right.
You know what would be so funny about that though is like it would obviously be us doing it. Like just get a call like, hey, yeah, I'm the manager of the Southridge McDonald's, and can you stop writing in our bathroom, please?
Okay, here's the thing. So I was trying to find a list of like, what do you actually do? What do you really fucking do if you need more listeners? And one of the fucking things was call to action. So let's roll this one into a call to action. Rad Dad Nation, you guys start carrying Sharpies around everywhere. And can you just start writing our podcast on everything?
Yeah, start defacing property on behalf of us.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
100%. All right, lay it on me.
Okay.
Who's the next celebrity?
Well, I was thinking a lot of shows, if they're having trouble, they'll recast characters, right? You often see that, like the Seinfeld pilot, they recasted George's dad, and then we got
Jerry Stiller.
Yeah. But that wasn't
Mr. Costanza.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't the original in the pilot. That was not George's dad originally. So they made some changes, right? TV shows. And so I thought maybe let's recast our podcast.
Yeah.
But let me take it to the next level.
We recast us.
Recast us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're the worst part of the show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I would tune in if we could get some.
If we could get anybody else on here, it would take off so fast.
Some talent. Okay.
But also, like a lot of hype right now is AI. So I thought, let's recast us with AI, right? So we're going to meld these two ideas. We're leaning into the AI hype. And actually, I kind of took this one step further. And I've actually I already went ahead and did that. And I got a sample. Would you like to hear it?
I want to hear. Yes.
All right, I'm going to mute our mics. We'll listen to it. And then we'll come back and we'll share our thoughts.
Hey, no bullshit. No bullshit. I said we're going to spoon feed you bullshit tonight. I have not heard this.
No.
I'm
no,
so
you haven't.
Stoked on this right now.
You haven't. All right.
Welcome to the Rad Dad Redemption Podcast. Here are your hosts, Robot 1 and Robot 2.
Welcome back for another episode of Fat Guy Basement Talk. My wiener is small.
I also have a small wiener.
I can't satisfy my wife.
The female orgasm is a myth.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, enough silly time. Let's get down to serious talk.
I agree. Business time.
Did you know that if you put truck nuts on a truck, you make it transgender?
Please expand on this thought.
The truck was not made with nuts. They were added after.
Wow. Thought-provoking.
Did you see the new episode of Untold?
Yes, the one about the Elizabeth May boxing match?
R.I.P.
Rest in pieces, Lizard May.
I can't believe they let that fight happen. She was no match for Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow has blood on his hands. He killed a Canadian politician. He is an assassin with no heart.
He also did school at his house. Terrible.
That's all the time we have for now.
On our next show, we will still be fat. Don't miss it.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much to unpack. Oh, God, what an improvement.
Right?
Ah, man.
Think about that. That was 1 minute. Think about where you can go with that.
I didn't think we were going to beat tonight. That was unbelievable. That is absolutely, all right, Steve. All right, Robot 2. Oh, my God. Oh,
Not bad.
Not bad. Is that the third or fourth one?
That was the third one. Yeah. We got 3 banger ideas here.
Oh man, it's all downhill. It's all downhill from here. Okay, I guess I'm up. Tough act to follow. All right. I said we should do a viral challenge, like ALS ice bucket, but instead you have to chug a Baja Blast, a butt chug.
Butt chug. Yeah.
Yeah, or do like Edward vape hands. Like you tape a vape to your hands and you can't untape it until you've smoked the entire thing.
So a normal day?
You wake up, you butt chug your Baja Blast, and it's a Tuesday.
That's how I wake up these days.
or maybe a more like an actual one. Get out there. I thought maybe like a viral challenge. Can you kick a football further than Dex? And then post
Not
it.
hard. I have been practicing though.
What are you at? What's your yardage?
I can hit from 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put a challenge out there. You got a butt chug a Baja Blast. You got to vape an entire cart, and then you got to kick further than Dex, and we'll call it the
Call it the Rad Dad Challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, the trilogy. Or that was the first idea. Okay. You're up again. Dare I ask?
Yeah. I was thinking we should cause a huge controversy.
Oh, we had like this episode for sure. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission. All right, we did it. No, but I was thinking like we could join Al Qaeda.
Okay. Oh man, I had a similar thought. I really did. I thought I was like, maybe we should just like get involved with an extremist group. I tossed that around like all day. I was like, is that too much?
No, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, maybe if that's a little too much, I think that's a little too much.
I think it'd be easy to infiltrate. Like you get on to like some like, I don't know, I'm gonna say pride site, and you're like reading all this crazy shit, and you just toss them out. You're like, yeah, that is crazy. If you guys heard Rad Dad Redemption podcast, like it's just an immediate audience. So
Yeah.
like that was my thought. It was like you're joining Al Qaeda, but like you're joining Al Qaeda, and all you do is at like all the trainings, at all the beheadings, at like every event you attend, you just kind of like, oh man,
You're planning like the next big thing, and then you're just in the back on your laptop, like accidentally, I'm using air quotes, like turn on the latest episode.
What file did you want? And you play the robot.
Yeah, they're like, we need you to upload the new video, and you just like accidentally upload like a reel from us to like the Al Qaeda page.
You upload, you're playing the sex tape in your Al Qaeda cave.
Or a little less serious, but like we could make it so like all profits from the web store, BajaLife.style, all profits go towards buying cigarettes for kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like really controversial, obviously.
Oh, this is okay. This is still in my head. I just got wrapped up in Al Qaeda. I was like, all proceeds are going to Al Qaeda. Well,
No, we don't want to do that.
so create a little controversy.
Yeah,
Okay.
make some controversy.
All right.
Sex sells.
Yeah. Again, this episode, I was thinking goal-based debauchery. And so to get like subs or listens, like we set a goal, like, hey team, if we can get 200 listens, which when I was writing this, I was like, that's a pretty small target, but like, you could like level up, like almost like, at 200 listens, I'll get a nipple piercing.
Okay.
But at 1,000, you go like full Prince Albert. Like, give him something juicy to work with. Yeah. Or like 100th subscriber, I'll tattoo their name on my ass.
Have you? A lot of people are doing that on like Reels and stuff, but it's like super funny because it'll be like this kid. He's like 14, and he's like, if I get like 200,000 followers, I'll do whatever the top comment is. And then I'm always like, what are the top comments? And it's like just outrageous shit. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and they're getting hits. That's what we're talking about here. Yeah.
Maybe we should do that. Just leapfrog off that idea.
And the only losers in this scenario
Are us?
Our wives. No, the real losers are like the tattoo artist and the piercer. If we gotta go in and get Texas PA, yeah, like that'll be no fun.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But if it gets us like some listens,
hey,
all right, what do you got?
Fame is pain.
Fame is pain.
Another idea here, I guess kind of leaping off some of these other ideas, is get some celebrity endorsements. And I actually wanted to, similar to the AI thing, come with some material.
Yeah.
And so I went on Cameo, and I was like, I'm gonna get us some celebrity endorsements.
Yeah, we talked about that, like just using it.
I was like, I'll drop $100 on some, again, E-list celebrity.
Manti Teo.
Yeah, exactly. And get them to like vouch for us, right? Explicitly, it says on their website, this is not for promoting any type of commercial endeavor. Like, it's supposed to be for like, it says personal use only. It's supposed to be for like birthdays, like Christmas. Hey, it's Manti Teo wishing you and your fake girlfriend a Merry Christmas, like, right? That kind of stuff. And so it was like, yeah, no, we'll sue the fuck out of you. They actually do have Cameo for businesses, and I was like, okay, so that's the route I've got to go if I want somebody to like promote us, be like, hey, listen to Rad Dad Redemption podcast. Like the starting price for a commercial Cameo is $5,000. Yeah, steep.
Okay.
Which makes sense though. Like if you're gonna get like a celebrity to put their name out there and like vouch for you, it should probably cost more than like $100.
Okay, I'm hesitant to run it back already this soon, but I have to. What is charging?
If you go on his page, he says he's planning, and it's so funny because he's like, and a lot of people are like cheering you on. Can't wait for you to come down to Australia or
So he's
wherever.
out of our price range.
Oh yeah. And then I commented though, and I was like, and look, I commented on his page because I was like, but I don't think he's private jet famous. Like he is talking about a Taylor Swift eras.
I just think we write him an email before he gets says.
Hopefully he hasn't listened to this episode.
Oh yeah, please don't listen to this last episode, or maybe do listen and like let us. What do you think? Yeah. So either way, there's an angle there. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Celebrity endorsement. Who were you thinking though? Like legit from Cameo. Who was like this will be funny?
I was actually because we've talked about it before, like Tom Green or somebody like that.
Yeah. I bet you he would be. Well, now that we know there's a business end to it.
Oh, he'd be like way more than.
Yeah, twice as much. 1.5 times as much. He wants a whole case of Prime before he does it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of North Korea, one of my ideas was to just gutlessly purchase subs and listens from a foreign country. And like pretty affordable.
Yeah.
Like 10 cents on the listen. And just like fake it till you make it. Go full influencer and just like bring it up. Next conversation. Hey, like, did you guys know we have like 10,000 listeners? You know, I'm just like, what?
Whoa,
man! Everyone's gonna be like, we got to get our Sharpies going. Like, we got this is something.
This
here.
is blowing up.
I gotta be a part of this.
Yeah, and then we could start getting some sponsors. I like. Have you seen Too Funny to Fail on? I think it's on Disney Plus.
No, you told me about you. Okay, we've had this conversation, not on the podcast. But you tell me about this show, and it's so hilarious, and it's the Dana Carvey show.
The Dana Carvey show,
and it's it's the docu-series about it.
Yeah.
It is not on Disney Channel. I don't know where you watch this thing.
I probably
doesn't exist.
Downloaded it.
Yeah, I've looked everywhere for it.
Too Funny to Fail. It's about like Dana Carvey was huge on SNL, got his own basically like sketch comedy show, and had some huge people on there before they were big, like Stephen Colbert. Who else did he have?
Steve Carell
was on there.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. wrote for them, like as he was just up and coming.
Yeah, coming on his own belly while he talked on the phone.
Yes. Anyway. So Dana Carvey show. Basically they did like a bunch of things, and one of the scenes in the docuseries is really funny. It's like they're talking about a skit they were doing where like Dana Carvey is Bill Clinton, but he's got like fake breasts on, and he's like breastfeeding a puppy, and then they put him in prime time, and they're like, it was the wrong time, and it goes to like a promo, and it's like, tune in for the Dana Carvey Show, one of the funniest shows on TV, every Tuesday night at 7:30, and then at 8 we grapple with the most serious episode of Home Improvement ever. And it's just like they put it in a slot that was just for like family television. Like Home Improvement is just the hokiest like family show. Like,
oh yeah. I was hoping to get that soundbite locked in, but there's probably some licensing with that.
Probably that's as close as we can do. But anyway, so then sponsors started like backing out. They were like, no, want nothing to do with this. And they knew they were getting canceled after that season. So they just started like, they were trading like free lunches from the Chinese restaurant down the street for like mention on their like nationally broadcast syndicated TV show. And so it'd just be like, Chang's Chinese Buffet presents the Dana Carvey Show. And I always think about that. And I would just love if like we just got like C-tier Chinese food restaurant in town, like Happy Valley presents the Rad Dad Redemption podcast. How many listeners do you think we need for like that type of sponsorship?
Honestly, like okay.
Do you think we could do it right now?
Man, if we're talking like once a week, we get a 6-inch sub. Like I'm in. You know, like we need like a very nominal sponsorship.
I just want a couple coupons for like a lunch buffet.
Yeah, okay, we could keep it. We could keep a buffet. There's only one buffet. I guess we're really shooting our shot here.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Happy Valley, call our people.
If Happy Valley and preferably Big Rock in, we know you're listening to us. We're just gonna go ahead and in advance shout you out, make you part of what is easily the most Red Band episode we've ever recorded. The most line tonist shit that I don't even know is gonna get put out there. But you're on it, and we love buffet. Nom, 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 nom. So, please, I don't even know how we formalize this. We come in and get our food. Thanks for participating, and thanks for sponsoring our show.
The invoice will be in the mail.
Yeah. So will their cease and desist letters.
Yeah. Please do not talk about us on your show.
Never mention us
ever again.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me or my son.
Them and are getting a class action together. We're fucking toast.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got my last one, or was that me? Was that last one me?
We kind of rolled that one in. I'll let you go.
Okay.
You're crushing me.
Okay.
I do want to say that we
did work together on this.
We worked together. You've definitely come prepared tonight.
Last one. I think we just revamped the whole style of the podcast, especially after what's happened here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're gonna head in a new direction.
Let's just turf all of this. And big, what's really popular is murder mystery podcasts.
Yeah, they're huge.
Problem is, we don't have any murder mysteries to be solving. So I think, kind of an extension of making that change is I think we should kill someone and then make a podcast about trying to solve their murder. But we'll just be like, who done it? But it was us. We created the content for our own show.
Like Keefy D style. He shot Tupac and then made all the books.
Yeah.
Are you following that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, it begs the question.
Who are we going to kill?
Who's on our list? I think it's funny because this was a bit we did talk about, and I think we actually both. I can't remember if you said it first. You must have said it first, but we both had a secret brain sync where we're like, it'd be this person.
We're not gonna say their name,
but you know who you are. And that'd be an interesting angle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just we could drop little hints about what we've done, and they'd be like, how did they find out about this? Or
Peter Parker taking
even
his
better,
own photo as Spider-Man?
Yeah. Even better, start accusing local celebrities
That's gonna get airtime, and he has to come on and defend. I like it. That's Sub City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your eyes peeled. Watch your backs.
This is gonna be really bad if there's a suspicious unsolved murder in Okotoks in the next couple weeks after this comes out.
Yeah, I hope not.
I would hope not too. That would be that would really increase the murder rate in Okotoks by 8,000%.
Yeah, unless it was that Canadian Tire lady randomly. That's not who we were thinking. Just saying it would be.
She better watch her back too.
She better watch her back. She better not accuse anybody else. Man, my last one, we did this list so in reverse, man. We're such a crazy.
We started so hot and we're petering out.
Feels like my last one here is we should make a trailer. We should make a video ad, an evergreen product. But I had it was we do a video, and we could do this. We could actually produce this, and it's just a quick video that we can put online, YouTube. And an evergreen product. People who don't know about our show, they just watch this and they're what is this? This is so cool. And it's the origin story of our podcast. But we just get all of our friends to kind of reenact it and play characters in it. And we have a super dramatic angle. But it's about us watching Untold.
Two men.
Yeah. I think I kind of ripped off your Dexy's movie reviews, but in my mind there was a really, really intense scene. It's us trying to think of names. They're banging on the table, it should be the Dilf Cast. You son of a bitch.
Just a huge debate.
Yeah. So make a shitty video. That was my last idea of how to get subs.
This reminds me of the Osmo episode of South Park. I think you actually mentioned this too.
It's just everything's with Adam Sandler.
Shitting out every Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler is I don't know, a cat or something.
I think we had a lot of laughs.
What a crazy fucking episode.
It went off the rails so fast. Yeah. My fault. I'm sorry.
No one's fault.
It's my fault.
If you made it through that wild ride, what's crazy is I in my head I'm living keep replaying how my diss on my brother was doo-doo head. We started with a doo-doo headline and then went where we went. That was an absolute roller coaster, and it was fun to ride it with you, brother.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. Well, maybe die for some people here.
Probably.
We definitely, what do we have? We're coming up soon on our, I think,
The 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. Is this episode 20? Was this
This
our
is
20th?
episode 20, yeah.
No fucking way. Well, that makes sense then. Okay. All right, everyone. It was episode 20. We had to do it. We had to go there. If you were like, holy shit, it was the 20th episode.
Yeah.
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 So stay tuned for episode 21 with the new cast members of the Rad Dad Redemption podcast, Robot 1 and Robot 2. Sky's the limit.
Yep. Well, thank you for tuning in. And if you stuck with us this long, you're a true fan. So get your Sharpie, go take a shit somewhere.
Call to action. We love you guys. Let's get some more listens going.
Have a good night or day or whenever.
Catch the next episode as the boys taste and rank the leading brands of spray paint.